One shot, now the future is yours. Go! I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the breaks. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
From the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, Montgomery College Television presents NJCAA Women's College Volleyball with the Montgomery College Raptors welcoming in the Potomac State Catamounts. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Brown, and once again, it is my pleasure to be joined by Sonia, Rada, and Andre Anderson here at the booth in the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. We have a very special night ahead of us. Not only is it the final home game of the season for the Raptors against the Catamounts, who they played earlier this season in a very tough match, but most importantly, I think tonight is sophomore night, where we're going to be honoring the graduating sophomores from this year's Raptors team. So we are just about set to get underway with the ceremony honoring the sophomores. And I'm going to turn it over to the public address announcer for the Raptors, Jerome Fleming.
Thank you, Michael. Good evening, and welcome to Montgomery College Sophomore Night for our women's soccer team. We honor 5 extraordinary young ladies and their parents and their biggest supporters tonight. Playing intercollegiate sports is full of challenges, hardships, and learning lessons. The Escorts tonight have been by each player's side throughout their incredible playing careers and have been a part of the journey as much as the players. We want to thank them for their tremendous support to our sophomores program and Montgomery College. First, we would like to introduce Miss Angie Corpeno Campos. Angie is being escorted by her mother, Luz Campos, and is studying for her AA in General Studies. Angie wishes to continue her studies as a sports media specialist. Angie was a member of the regional championship team in 2021. Her favorite memory at Montgomery College, and returned this fall to strengthen the Raptor squad while finishing her eligibility and academics. She has put away 4 goals for the Raptors this season. Angie Corpeno Campos. Sabrina Di Marzio is our second sophomore tonight. She is escorted by her mom and dad, Isabelle and Claudio Di Marzio, her brother, Alexandra, and her best friend, Jasmine Keys. Sabrina is studying sonography and is looking forward to becoming an choreographer. That's a new one on me. Sabrina has scored 10 goals and is credited with 8 assists while donning number 10 for Montgomery College. Her favorite memories are laughs on the long bus rides, specifically with Ayla. Sabrina Di Marzio. Next, number 3, Juliana Franco. Juliana is escorted by her mother, Sandra, little sister, Nicole, and her boyfriend, Jason Franco, from Washington, D.C. She is majoring in biology and wishes to transfer to American University to continue her studies upon graduating from Montgomery College. Julie advises her teammates, lean on your teammates, on and off the field, and always help each other throughout the storm. Julie will make her 30th appearance in a Raptors uniform tonight. She has notched 3 goals in her career. Juliana Franco. Our 4th sophomore, number 20, Ayla Khorsand. Ayla is being escorted by her mother, Nicole, and father, Bijan, and is studying biology at MC. Ayla will enter a dental program once she completes her education at Montgomery College. Ayla's favorite memory was the Halloween practice last fall when everyone dressed in costumes for training. Ayla has scored 9 goals and notched 5 assists while seeing action in 30 Raptor contests over the last 2 seasons. Ayla Khorsand. Our final sophomore is our captain, Natalia Sartor. Nada is being escorted by her parents, Pablo and Silvani, her sister, Lucia, and her friend, Gabby. Natalia says her favorite memory is the time during ice baths when everyone is hanging out and chatting. Nada is majoring in business and will move on to her bachelor's once done at Montgomery College. Sartor has been a spark plug at forward for the Raptors this season, scoring 5 goals over the last half of the season. She has competed in 29 matches for Montgomery College over the last 2 seasons. Natalia Sartor. Under the guidance of Coach Ed Heberling, the sophomores have been tremendous in strengthening the foundations of the Raptors women's soccer program by increasing team unity, positivity, and competitiveness. Over the last 2 seasons, these ladies have helped them secure 11 shutouts, scored 74 goals, compete in the regional final, and earn 21 wins. Contributions on the and off the field will have an everlasting impact on future Raptors. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2023-24 sophomore class.
So that is the sophomore ceremony today, honoring the 5 Raptor sophomores who will be graduating. And I know both of you, Sonia and Andre, you both participated in these sophomore ceremonies when you were here. Sonia, what's your memories of those days?
It was a fun game. I believe we played Frederick, and one of my teammates, we went into overtime, and she scored the game-winning goal, so we ended up winning. So those are my memories of sophomore night.
Andre?
Well, my memory is not that good. I don't remember who we played, but I do remember, just being out with the guys, and it's, especially the last home game, playing on the field, and all those things, and the emotions, and it was definitely an exciting time, and I know how excited these ladies are. So this game could be bumping.
Well, it's always one of my. It's a bittersweet occasion for me because when I was here full time and covering the teams from the very beginning of practice in the summer all the way to the end of the season, it's great to see them being honored. They certainly have earned those honors, but there's a bit of sadness too because these players will not be playing here anymore, and you'll miss seeing them in action and seeing them on campus and all that. But this was a really wonderful ceremony because each player had a nice representative group with them, and I think it's just a really, really nice thing. But that's just the beginning of our night of soccer, as the Raptors will be taking on Potomac State here in just a very few minutes. We still have the anthem and the player introductions to come, but Sonia, talk a little bit about this matchup tonight between these two teams.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good matchup. Obviously, these teams met before. I believe Montgomery took it 3-2. But that was early on in the season. Now we're at the end of the season, so it's going to be interesting to see how much each team has grown.
Andre, you and I, as a matter of fact, called that first game between the Raptors and Potomac State. That was part of the Tom Bickey tournament. So I'm sure you've got some good memories of that matchup.
Yeah, I mean, that, first of all, was an amazing tournament. The men's team and the women's team, they did a tremendous job. But like we mentioned before, MC did come out on top that last game, and they have been rolling as well in the season. So I know that they're going to be facing an opponent for the second time, and it's never easy, beating a team twice. We actually spoke about that before the game, but it's never easy to beat a team twice. So regardless of how they're rolling, regardless of how well they're playing, they're going to have to come out here on sophomore night, not let the emotions get the best of them, and then hopefully they can come out with the win at the end.
And we're also seeing a lot of young children out here, and this is another special feature of tonight's festivities. The kids in blue are, in fact, soccer players. They play for Sharks United Soccer Academy, and the gentleman there in the red hat is their coach, Coach Raff, better known as Rafael Hernandez. And he started the Sharks program a few years ago, and it has grown into quite a large soccer program now for there's about 80 kids participating in the program between the ages of 5 and 12. And I guess you guys, this is about when you would have started playing, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it warms my heart to see the girls out there, too. Not just the little boys, but the little girls as well. There's a few of them.
Of course, yeah.
They're representing.
Yeah, no, this is the fun time of soccer. You're getting into it, you're learning the game, you're having fun before they get to this level where it's definitely a little more intense. But this is where the love of the game starts at this age.
Well, and what they're going to do here now is one of my favorite things that you see in soccer. I don't know of any other sport that does this. And you see it at the highest levels. You see it at World Cup. You see it at the pros.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Where the younger players escort out the players who are actually playing in the game. I just think I just love the image of it. I just love seeing that.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing because it connects the player and kind of gives them a visual or something to look up to, right? You're standing next to the player that's currently, competing at a higher level. And especially like you said, it happens in the professionals, it happens in the World Cup, the biggest stages possible. So it's just a really good way for the kids to aspire to continue playing. Exactly, yeah.
Something they'll never forget, for sure.
And, and they could look at because let's face it, some of the players on MC and Potomac State are not a whole lot older than these guys, these little guys. So they can look at these players and say, hey, if they're doing it, maybe I can do it. Mm-hmm. And maybe that motivates them to work a little harder and practice a little more. You know?
And it's also nice
And we're gonna take a real quick break for the anthem. That was our national anthem. And now we're ready for the introductions of the starting lineups for both teams. And Potomac State will be in the dark uniforms. And then the Raptors in the white. And look at this absolute, well, it's gone. It'll be back. But the absolute gorgeous drone shot there. We'll be we'll be seeing that throughout the night. So let's meet the starters for Potomac State. Number 2 was Bessie Halderman. Number 4 is Alyssa Miller. Number 6 is Mackenzie Park. Number 8 is Hannah Alt. Number 10 is Sarah Wharton. Number 11 is Jaylene Ziegler. Number 12 is Ariana Herrera, I apologize. Number 15 is Taylor Kirk. Number 20 is Taylor Kuntz. And the head coach for Potomac State is Tyler Sisler. And now we're just about ready to meet the starters for the Raptors. They will be starting all of the graduating sophomores tonight. Number 1, the goalkeeper, Ruby Lancaster. Number 3, Juliana Franco. Number 4, Stephanie Windall. Number 6, Berenice Bahloul-Machado. Number 7, Natalia Sartor. Number 10, Sabrina Di Marzio. Number 11, Natalie Zambrano. Number 13, Angie Corpeno Campos. Number 14, Mary Earls. Number 15, Emma Grace McSeany. And number 20, Ayla Khorsand. So those are the starters for the Raptors. Head coach for the Raptors is Ed Heberling. He's in his second season as head coach here. And his assistants are Alicia Holzendorf and Erica Klein. And, of course, for those of you familiar with Montgomery College soccer, Alicia played here. As a matter of fact, she played when you did, didn't she,
Yep,
Sonia?
she was one of my teammates, yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
So we are just about, look at that gorgeous shot. We have absolutely perfect weather. And, you know, the Raptors are coming in tonight fresh off a big win just the other night, Tuesday night to be exact. They traveled up to Northern Maryland to play one of their biggest rivals, Harford. And here's how it ended. Sabrina Di Marzio with the kick, and Berenice Machado with the header for the only goal of the game. As Di Marzio put it right in the box, and Machado knew what to do with it. That was a big win for the Raptors. Sonia, you've been involved in a lot of plays like that. That was quite a kick from Di Marzio.
Yeah, I mean, it's a set piece. I believe it was a free kick. So whenever you can get on the end of that and cause confusion if, like, the goalie had a little bit of trouble there and Machado was there ready to put it in. So that's perfect.
Looked like from the angle, too, the sun might have been a factor.
Yeah, definitely. It can always be a factor. Luckily, tonight, the sun is going down, and it doesn't look like it's going to affect any of the players on the field. So.
No, we're going to be playing under the lights for the majority of tonight. The lights are already on, of course. But that win was a huge win for the Raptors. They've now won 7 out of 8, and the Raptors are currently in first place in Maryland JUCO. And, you know, we mentioned earlier, Andre, that the Raptors played Potomac State in the Tom Bickey tournament. That was a heck of a match too.
It was, and this is something that, that is something that MC is going to want to bring today. That same energy, you know, the same fight, the same drive, and once again, sophomore night. I mean, that's where all the energy is going to be tonight on these sophomores. Everyone's going to want to win for them, and they're going to obviously want to win on the last game at home.
Yeah, that's for sure. That was, you know, that was an eon ago in terms of the of a soccer season. to have played back in the end of August, and now here we are mid-October. And, you know, I would say both teams have matured.
Mm-hmm.
They've learned each other. You know, back in that first game, Andre and I talked a lot about how players were just getting to know each other and getting familiar with each other's style of play and their habits, etc. That should no longer be the case. And the Raptors have really been on a roll of late. They've won 7 out of their last 8.
And that's important because you want to peak at the right time. Obviously, playoffs are coming, and that's when you want to be playing your best. So that's important for the Raptors for sure.
Potomac State's last outing was against Howard, and they ended up in a 1-1 tie. So we are underway from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Potomac State in the navy blue, the Raptors in their home whites. I don't think we can emphasize, going back to that Harford win, you guys, I don't think we can emphasize enough how big that win is. Let's keep in mind that last year, the Raptors played Harford twice, once in the regular season and once in the Region 20 tournament, and that will likely be the case again this year. I would say it's a pretty sure thing they'll meet in the Region 20 tournament, either in the semis or the finals. And last year, Harford had their way with the Raptors.
Oh, yeah. 10 goals for Harford in 2 games, 0 for MC. So the fact that they won, you know, versus Harford in the last game, that 1-0 win was probably felt like a 20 or 30-0 win, you know? It was very big for the confidence, showing them that, hey, last year it was not too well for us, but we've come a long way. You know, we've fought all season. We're clicking. We're gelling, just like what Sonia was saying earlier. So, I mean, rolling into playoffs, this seems like a team that's really ready to defend themselves.
Boy, that's for sure. And you know, the other factor, which is impressive to me, is that it was on the road. You know, that was a road win. I've covered many soccer matches up at Harford. It's not a friendly environment for Montgomery College.
I think the one of the really important things about that win is sometimes before you even step on the field, it's a mental barrier that you need to get over.
Oh, yeah.
And if the past 2 meetings from last year ended in a loss for the Raptors, I think that, you know, regardless of the score, whether it was 1-0, whatever the score was, it's just important to be able to have that win and know that you are capable of beating them. So I think that helps a lot.
Oh, I think it's a major confidence booster. This is the last home game of the season. The Raptors have one more regular season match after this next week against Anne Arundel on the road. So they should enter the Region 20 tournament in great shape. As I said, they are currently in first place. So there's Sartor.
Good shot.
There's Machado, a good shot, just a little high. Right on target.
Yeah, so far I like the ball movement that I'm seeing from the team. They're holding on to it, they're possessing it, they're passing. Not too many long balls over the top right now, which I definitely am a fan of the ball on the ground. You know, knocking it around a little more tiki-taka than like long balls over the top. But they're doing that. They're keeping it. They're possessing it. They seem confident.
They do. They do.
And I think it's important to point out 2 key players, one for Potomac State and one for the Raptors. In Berenice Machado, number 6, she's our leading goal scorer with 9 goals. But then Potomac State also has number 1, Morgan Piles, also with 9 goals. So both of those players obviously can find to the back of the net, and it's going to be, you know, it's a great matchup between those 2.
Yeah, they are Machado with 9 goals and 5 assists. Piles with 9 goals and 3 assists. So that's pretty much a standoff there. Machado has really been coming on of late. She's been scoring in just about every match.
Yeah, very skillful player, and she's only a freshman.
Right. They'll have her back next year, and that's great news. There's a shot, but easy stop there for Van Gilder. Hartley Van Gilder in the net for Potomac State. Potomac State, for those of you who are not familiar, they are a part of they are part of West Virginia University system. As a matter of fact, their full name is WVU Potomac State. And they are not far from Cumberland, Maryland, nestled in the mountains of eastern West Virginia.
Where you might find a catamount.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've been learning about the catamount. It's a feline, and it's similar to a bobcat or perhaps a mountain lion. It's a little bit not as big as a mountain lion.
You definitely don't want to see one of those,
No, you don't want to be coming across one of those while you're taking a hike. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I don't go hiking, actually.
Is that the only reason?
There's other ones,
I'm sure there are other reasons. But the Raptors have dominated possession here in the early going. Numbers-wise, could be a factor here. We look at the Potomac State bench, just 2 players on the sidelines, and if I'm not mistaken, Sonia, looks like only one of them is in full uniform.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
So it's possible that they have an injury. So they only have 1 sub available, it appears, whereas the Raptors are pretty deep.
Yeah, they have a big squad. They have players already warming up as well, which is always a good sign to see, people are up, getting ready.
Yep, they've got 4 players warming up, and then they have another 4 or 5 on the bench. So this is one of the deeper Raptors teams that I've seen in the last few years. Ed Heberling, the head coach for the Raptors, has done a great job recruiting, attracting players. Of course, getting a chance to play in this gorgeous facility certainly helps the recruiting.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Who wouldn't want to play here?
Yeah, this is amazing.
I mean, compared to the facilities you guys had back when you played,
oh man,
shall we say night and day?
Yeah, I would say a nightmare. But this is amazing. I mean, as a player, you dream of playing on the best surfaces. You dream of playing with fans in the stands. You dream of
under the lights.
Yeah, under the lights. And MC literally provides every single one of the things that I just knocked off right there on that list. So coming here and playing, you're definitely going to get the full experience. And it's honestly, it is obviously a college, but this isn't a professional experience because you see exactly what the pros play on as well.
And then not only do they have the great surface with the lights and wonderful accommodations for the fans, they have a full concession stand. They have locker room facilities for both teams, plus the officials. So the college really did this right. And we have this great booth that we are in. And it, easily accommodates MC's needs. And all right, let's get back to the action here because we've got a corner situation coming up. That's Sabrina Di Marzio with the kick. There's a header.
Back across, and no one is there.
Nope, nobody was there. They had the right idea. There's a takeaway by Khorsand. Her shot's wide. So we'll talk more about the graduating sophomores because reading their bios, it's very impressive because they are all very academically oriented. And they all have serious plans for the future involving their academics or professional careers. Something tells me they're going to keep playing on the pitch, though.
Oh, yeah. That never stops. And I know Sonia can attest to that as well. I mean, once you're a soccer player, you'll always be a soccer player.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I definitely feel that way.
And Sonia has never stopped. Sonia has played professionally pretty much all over the world. I think the only continent you haven't been to is Asia. Am I correct?
I haven't been to Africa or Australia. Or Antarctica.
Okay.
I don't think I want to go there, though.
And
cold.
Andre, you played overseas as well.
Yeah, a little stint in Scotland. That was nice. A little bit cold, but an amazing place. It was beautiful.
Well, there's always the Scotch tours. So we're into the first half, no score. For those of you unfamiliar with soccer, it is a 45-minute halves, continuous clock. And with the gorgeous weather that we have tonight, there'll be absolutely no reason for any sort of break for hydration. If it's a real hot, sticky day, they will take a break each half to make sure that the players are properly hydrated. But there won't be any need for that tonight. We had a gorgeous day in the 70s. Tonight's supposed to be in the 60s, so it's perfect soccer weather. Not humid. Players got to love this.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually a really big fan of Zambrano and how she kind of just like controls the game in the back. And I'm also a fan of Di Marzio as well, and how if you just kind of pay a little bit close attention to her, she's kind of always scanning her shoulders. The ball wasn't exactly the best ball right there, but she's always kind of scanning her shoulders, and she likes to find the ball in these pockets. Like, she's not afraid to, go get the ball, even if there's a little bit of pressure on her. And I like how Zambrano seems to try to find her. Honestly, a couple of these bad passes right here, but they're all trying to find Di Marzio to get her the ball so she can play make.
Yeah, she's definitely a playmaker. Di Marzio with 5 goals and 7 assists on the season. And here comes an opportunity, but Van Gilder beats Di Marzio to the ball.
Andre, you're right. Zambrano has gotten started early. She's definitely a key player for the Raptors, and her ability to distribute the ball from the back is really a big key to this Raptors. Even the offense, even though she's a defender, she starts the offense. So you could see in that last play right there, that was her, going forward and finding those penetrating passes forward.
Yeah, a lot of people, think of as a defender as someone who's maybe, strong and fast and maybe can't play too well on the ball, and that's why they're in the back. But it's honestly,
Another great pass.
Sartor.
No, not quite.
Here it is.
Here comes. Oh, too much.
I think she had a little bit more time there, Machado.
She could have measured that a little, taken another second or two to measure it.
Place it.
Yeah, because she came up on it hard, really pretty much in a sprint.
But nonetheless, you can see the Raptors are, getting to the goal, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a good sign of things to come. There's Sartor, centered it, and then here comes Machado. It's just high.
Yeah, see, they're possessing, they're dominating the game so far. I know that they're going to want to get a goal soon. Get the crowd. There's a really big crowd here as well, so get the crowd into it as well. And hopefully get a couple before the end of the half.
Yeah, there's a good-sized crowd. A lot of parents here tonight, a lot of sisters, brothers, relatives. And then, of course, we had the Sharks soccer group. And we also have a group here tonight from MSI, Montgomery Soccer Incorporated. So there's a look at the players from MSI who are trying to get their buddies' attention that they're on TV.
And MSI has been around for a really long time. I think Well, I started in DC, but I think the second place I played was MSI, and you know, they've been around for a long time. I think anybody who started soccer has had to have played MSI, and they're even doing a little bit more now. You know, they started a men's program, and they're trying to, you know, make their program a little bit more competitive, having travel
I heard
teams.
about that.
So really, that's very nice to hear. I'm happy for MSI.
Yeah, they go from pre-K all the way up to high school, and
The men's team now.
It's like an academy team, or is it like UPSL team? Or?
I'm not sure what league they play in, but there's actually a few friends of mine, actually, you know, Montgomery College graduates. We have Kevin Munoz plays on
I
that team.
remember Kevin very well. Yep.
And Mikey, I can't remember his last name,
Okay.
but Mikey plays on there too. Both Montgomery College graduates.
Yep. Kevin, I believe, was a captain
Yes.
when he played.
Mm-hmm.
He played for. Did he play for Pedro or did he play for Livingston?
I think Livingston, because
Yeah,
he
I
was
think
here
so,
in
too.
2015.
Yeah, head coach for the Raptors men's team, Pedro Braz, has done 2 stints here. He's on his second stint now. He was here for 3-4 years. Then he left to be head coach at Gallaudet, and then he returned as head coach as well as assistant athletic director just a couple of years ago. So, great shot. We've got Montgomery College television's finest at work tonight. 9 cameras in action tonight, so we're going to give you the best angles and the best replays and shots that we can. And if anybody can do it, MCTV can do it. Been a real pleasure to be asked back to do soccer this fall, and we'll talk more about it later, but we're going to be doing a bunch of basketball, MC basketball this fall and winter, so looking forward to that as well.
The Raptors are doing a really good job of possessing the ball, but I think they're getting a little too ahead of themselves and taking shots too soon. You know, they're holding possession, and I think that they can hold the ball a little bit longer and look for a better way, you know, a better shot or a better decision.
You're thinking about maybe seeing them, you know, get a bit closer,
Yes.
take these
Yes.
shots. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at as well. I mean, they're possessing it, you know,
Mhm.
but it's a lot of like maybe 25 yards out, like left to right,
Yeah.
instead of more forward diagonal.
You know, they can find quick, easy passes with a couple players standing in between the lines and between the defense and the midfield, and they can try to, you know, bump the ball back and forth and get, you know, find a way to make Potomac State's defense move out of position so that they could find those openings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still scoreless here. We're about halfway through the first half. Good look at the keeper there for Potomac State, Van Gilder. She is from Berlin, Pennsylvania.
Not to be mistaken, Berlin, Germany.
No. Again, these two teams played earlier, well, really the first weekend of the season. And the Raptors came out with a hard-fought 3-2 win in that one. So Potomac State has always been a difficult opponent for the Raptors. They've always been a physical team. And I don't expect this team to be any different, despite the fact that they're maybe short a bit on numbers. This could be interesting. Nothing doing. And Gilder getting up just a little gimpy.
Yeah, it looked like one of those Charlie horses, or as we call them, dead legs, you know, when you get the knee to the thigh, like right in the muscle.
Those are
always,
the worst.
Oh, and they stay there all day.
I remember getting one of those, maybe the first play of the game. I
It's the
was
worst.
miserable for the rest of the game. It's awful.
And of course, you played through it.
Yeah. I can't say if I played well through it, but I did play through it.
Both of my partners here in the booth, of course, played at Montgomery College, and both were defenders, excellent defenders. Both were captains, and so when I'm calling a soccer game with these two, I'm in the easy chair.
Oh, wow, great skill.
That's number 3, Juliana Franco, one of our graduating sophomores.
And here's Ayla. Wow, Ayla with the skills. She's doing great
Khorsand
balls.
with the cross. Nope, off mark. Offline.
Yeah, Khorsand she's a workhorse. She's up and down that right flank. And I mean, if she's on the left, she's up and down on the left as well. And she leaves everything. See, look at her.
On cue. She's actually coming over here to the left.
Wow.
You're absolutely right.
I need a raise. But I can't raise for nothing. But
Raptors have made a couple of substitutions.
yeah,
There's a good look at Ayla. Number 2, Leslie Barrios checked in, and I'm not sure who the other one was.
23, Isabel Watson.
Right. Or as she prefers to be called, Izzy. And Izzy has been quite the producer as well for the Raptors. She's got 4 goals and 3 assists. And Khorsand, who you were just mentioning, has 6 goals and 5 assists. The Raptors have scored 44 goals in their 14 matches, whereas Potomac State has scored just 18 goals in 9 matches. Of course, that obviously the Raptors have played a beefier schedule.
Yeah, this is the time of the year when you play a bunch of games. The soreness probably kicks in a little bit, but I know, especially from what Natalia Sartor was saying, one of her favorite things that she remembers from the season is doing the ice baths, and it's almost like the recovery process, hanging with the friends, and everyone's hurting and sore, but you're all recovering together. So I know that for sure. They take care of themselves and they're ready.
Well, there's probably nothing better than an ice bath on an August day.
Nothing better.
During two-a-days.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do two-a-days during the summer for
I would be
preseason,
surprised.
but the facilities now have improved so much because that wasn't there when we were here.
No.
So that's great. The players need those things, and the locker rooms have, they're the best now.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
fully equipped, and of course Miss Carey is she's the athletic trainer, always helping.
She's great. She's taken care of my ankles multiple times. I would always sprain my right ankle for some reason.
No, she's been here forever, and lots of players credit her for keeping them in action.
This is really good ball movement. It started on the right, all the way to the left, keeping possession.
There's Di Marzio.
Good ball.
Machado. Ooh, that was a dangerous one. And Izzy Watson couldn't quite catch up to it. The Raptors definitely dominating. Potomac State had just 1 shot on goal. And the ball has pretty much lived in the Raptors' end. But so far, we're scoreless.
It's a long throw.
Yeah,
that was quite a throw-in.
I always loved when I had teammates who could throw the ball far because it was almost like having a corner kick sometimes when you get the throw in right by the edge of the box.
Good look there at Natalie Zambrano for 11 for the Raptors. She's a real catalyst out there.
Oh, yeah. She could definitely play in the midfield. She's that technical on the ball. But she fits in the center defense or the center back position really well. Commands the field.
Another great ball from Di Marzio.
I believe Natalie Zambrano started as a midfielder.
She did.
And then she got put on the back line,
Yeah.
which sounds very familiar.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's what happened to
Yeah,
me.
that's what happened to me too.
You too?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That means Natalie Zambrano needs to become
Announcer.
announcer.
Yeah. She'll be, when I'm 92, she'll be my partner.
Yeah. Because you'll still be here.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll drag me in, you know. Drain me embalming fluid, and I'll do a game. Well, hardly Van Gilder's parents, if they're watching from Berlin, PA. They get to see quite a lot of their daughter. She's had a lot of action. This match is streaming, and it is also, of course, on Montgomery College television, and it'll very soon be on YouTube. Andre, you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. The stream will be on YouTube for you. It's streaming right now on the Montgomery College YouTube page. If you actually go to the page right now, have a second computer or a second screen, you can go to the YouTube channel. You can click live, and then it would be actually the first live video that you will see on the page. You can click it, and then you can have it on two screens, because I'm assuming you're watching it on this screen. But we also have social media as well. Instagram, we have Twitter, and those things you can be watching at MCTV Social. And you will see a lot of things when it comes to sports, a lot of things that comes to faculty and staff, a lot of things when it comes to students, and you get a little bit of an inside look on what it's like to be a student, even a faculty and a staff member at Montgomery College. So that is very awesome. Once again, at MCTV Social on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Unfortunately, it's no longer Twitter.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
X.
It is now X. It is now X. I should know this. Well, I do know it, but
You do know
I should
it.
remember
It's
it.
just, it's hard to remember because Twitter was a great name and X is,
A terrible name.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to get talking to. Actually, I'm off tomorrow, so we're good, guys. Don't worry. But on Monday.
Oh, another nice
There you
pass. Oh, he's on the, Machado is frustrated.
And I like that idea. That's a different look right there. You can see it was a slotted ball on the ground a little bit. Unfortunately Machado couldn't finish it, but that's going to be more dangerous. That I think it's less predictable.
Here's the replay. What a
Yeah,
good
that
ball.
was a great pass.
She got in behind the defense, and Machado. It's unfortunate she couldn't get on the end of that, but I like that. I think we need to see more of that from Montgomery College.
Yeah, that was a nice look, and boy, very close. Good battle for the ball. Zambrano again, right in the middle of the action. Cini with her.
Yeah, and there's
There's a good look at Natalie Zambrano.
The crowd loved that one. There's always a. I love a good slide tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, slide tackles are the best. Well,
The only thing.
goals are the best.
The only thing that sucks is to slide tackle on turf hurts a little bit, but when you're in the game, you're not thinking about that. You'll deal with that.
Look at
after.
this.
Can she finish? And
Oh my gosh, she hits the post. How did that happen? Oh my
Khorsand.
goodness.
Oh, good scale. Oh, my goodness.
Khorsand just missed.
The two.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was nice. Wow. That was a great.
That was a good sequence.
Yeah, very
That was
good.
a great sequence.
Oh, wow.
Raptors.
A game of inches, huh?
I know.
Boy, that is very true in this case. I mean, both those shots were just inches from going in.
Yeah, I mean, much more direct now. this is when MC starts to really click, is when they're playing those through balls more so diagonal forward.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the replay right here.
And that's Izzy Watson. Hits the post. Then she gets the rebound to Khorsand.
I love this.
Oh, this was
One move
terrific.
here.
Beautiful
Two moves
footwork.
here.
And,
That's insane. That was,
that is about as close as you're going to get without getting one. And, wow, great footwork there by Khorsand. Man, so impressive. Again, one of the graduating sophomores. She went to Wooten High School. Raptors have a heavily Montgomery County high school roster. High school grads from Montgomery County on the roster.
they have a bunch of players from Northwest.
They do.
So the good chemistry right there.
Doing a great job with the passing. There's a bit of a kick and chase. Let's see what happens. Nope, goes out.
Sometimes when the ball's close, I know it's out, but you kind of wish the ref would be like, well, maybe this time it's
Especially when you chase
reward
it.
my effort.
Yeah.
Well, I worked so hard.
But you got to draw the line somewhere.
Di Marzio.
That was a great ball. Oh, good effort. But yeah, Di Marzio has great service, playing long balls. She knows what she's doing.
Thus her 7 assists. Of course, that big one the other night against Harford.
Yeah.
Here comes a sub for the Catamounts.
And that is number 2, Bessie Halderman. They've used every player now. That's tough when you have a short bench, isn't it, guys? I mean,
It is.
man, no break.
Yeah, it is.
I would be happy. I don't want to get out of the game.
I don't want to say that, but yes. That's like, more time for me.
Yep, more time for me. And that means that the vast majority of these players are going to play 90 minutes.
Great ball. A little bit quicker, but good idea.
And the Raptors have dominated, but so far they have nothing to show for it other than several real close calls.
Yeah, I think it's about that time that MC's probably thinking, all right, we've gotten close, but it's time,
Yeah, we've been knocking on the door. It's time to go through it. Khorsand. Sartor. Left foot, not enough on it. And Gilder has been busy.
A little bit of an understatement there. She's really kept the team in the game.
She really has.
So did the left post.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what they say is the post and the crossbar are the keeper's best friend.
Yep. I've seen goalies sometimes when that happens. I didn't see Van Gilder do it, but they'll go over and give the post a kiss.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. That's a great line. The Raptors defense has not really been too tested so far, but we've got a lot of time left. And they call that out.
They kind of left her on an island there, Maxini.
Yeah.
They need to be a little careful there because it was basically a 2-on-1 situation.
Yeah, that was a little bit dangerous. And of
Can't-
course,
Yeah, go ahead.
As we talked about, Potomac State has a couple dangerous players out there. Number 1, Morgan Piles, has 9 goals this season, and number 8, Hannah Alt, with 6.
I haven't seen too much of Piles, to be honest. She's been a little quiet.
Yeah, I haven't seen either one of them really do much at this point. No slight intended.
Oh, no. I mean, that's probably something that was game planned before the match, The MC team probably said, hey, we got to watch some film. They probably watch some tape and understand there's some players on the team that we have to maybe man mark, or we have to kind of just watch a little bit extra. And Piles is one of those players.
That was a real nice look there at Ruby Lancaster, the Raptors keeper. She is not a Montgomery County high school grad. She is from Sydney, Australia. Oh, here's Machado. And there's the shot, and it's in the back of the net.
There it is.
So Berenice Bahloul-Machado. That is goal number 10 on the season for her.
Double digits.
Yep. And I know that was, I talked to her before the match, and she said she really wanted number 10.
Yeah, that's 10 more goals that I scored.
So that comes with 9:35 to play in the first half. Raptors go on top. Like both of you said, it just felt like it was coming. The Raptors had made some changes in the way they were running their offense, and it paid dividends.
I think in that situation also the Raptors attacked a little bit quicker, because since Potomac State had, I believe it was either a corner kick or a free kick, then they were able to take that ball once the defense wasn't set. So I think that helped for sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was a corner, and Ruby Lancaster intercepted the corner kick and got it right out there, and that started the whole thing going. I did not catch who made the pass to Machado. Did either of you guys?
No, I didn't.
Notice that?
I didn't, unfortunately.
But whoever it was, and I apologize for missing that. That was Izzy Watson. We're told by our spotters in the truck that she put it right on Machado's foot, right in stride.
There's another chance
There's
right
another
here.
one.
Great shot.
And
Great
it's a
goal.
And that is Sartor. So the Raptors with 2 quick ones.
Sartor on sophomore night.
Well, that's appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
So just over a minute after Machado breaks the scoreless tie. And that was a beautifully served up pass there by number 11, Natalie Zambrano. You guys talked about her being a huge part of this offense.
She is. I mean, she's playing center back and getting up there basically as an attacking midfielder to make that assist. I mean, I know Sonia is a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of her, and she has that ability. You can see it, and it's really nice. When you have your center back who can get up there, it really causes some like the other team to be not balanced, right? Because all of a sudden another player is coming in, and you don't know who's supposed to mark them. Obviously, you can communicate it, but sometimes there's not enough time.
Here comes another one. Well, the Raptors will have a throw-in. So that was Sartor's 6th goal of the season and Zambrano's 3rd assist of the season. So the Raptors with 2 goals in just over a minute apart to lead 2-0 here in the first half on sophomore night from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Once again, Michael Brown in the booth alongside my partners, Sonia, Rada, and Andre Anderson. passing by the Raptors tonight has been really excellent.
It has. All the way from the beginning. They've been, progressively getting more and more dynamic throughout the first half as well, which I actually really do. I like, I mean, sometimes you can get a little bit stagnant because you're just holding on to the ball. So you're like, oh, at least we have it. But with them, you can kind of see they're like, you know what, this isn't working. Let's try this. And they were doing a lot of balls kind of over the top. That wasn't working. So the last couple of goals have been more so, like I've been mentioning before, is those diagonal passes.
Well, we get a good look there at number 13, Angie Corpeno Campos, who was just checked in for the Raptors. She's another one of the Raptors graduating sophomores. And she's got 4 goals this year and 2 assists. So the Raptors have spread it around pretty well.
I also think Izzy Watson checking into the game really made a big difference.
Yeah.
She put the back line under pressure, and I believe she had the assist on the first goal.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And she also hit the post.
And you're right, she was the one who hit the post, exactly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So she's made quite an impact. Here we go again. There's Khorsand playing a little pitch and catch there with Sartor. Good look at Ayla Khorsand. Sophomore playing her last home game for the Raptors.
A little bit of a run right here.
Good steal there by Machado. The pressure by Corpeno was a big part of that. Don't want to forget to remind you that coming up at halftime, we are going to see some of these young players that walked out with the players before the match. They're gonna kick the ball around a little bit on the field during the halftime, so that's going to be a thrill for them. And the other thing they've been doing tonight, all the kids from the Sharks, is they've been serving as ball chasers, which is kind of an important job in soccer because you got to get that ball back in play quickly with the continuous clock.
Oh yeah, I've done that a couple times as on some of my youth teams.
So they're getting an opportunity to serve as ball chasers tonight, and I'm sure they're having a great time. There's one of them right over there.
Being a ball kid is also, as we were speaking about the kids walking out with the players and being able to aspire to that, being on the field and helping out, retrieving the balls is also another way to be in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
For sure. And you're right up on the action. They got to be loving that, too. Khorsand. Oh, that'll be a corner for the Raptors. And Sabrina Di Marzio will do the honors.
She's definitely the free kick set piece specialist on the team.
Yeah, she sure is.
She takes them all.
She's one of those Northwest High grads that you were talking about, Andre. Here it comes. A little bit offline.
Next one.
And that is rare for her.
Very much so. Especially after seeing the assist that she had versus Harford in the last game. It was almost from half field.
Yeah.
She got that in there perfectly.
Oh, put it right there, and Machado headed it in for the winner. Raptors up 2-0 on goals by Machado and Sartor. One from a freshman, one from a sophomore. 13 seconds apart. A little bit of quick thunder for the Raptors. but they had been knocking on the door for the 10 minutes prior to that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
As Sonia pointed out, they hit the post a couple of times.
I'm glad that they got, a couple goals in, because sometimes you can get frustrated when it hits the post, and maybe you miss the shot, and then you kind of feel things aren't going your way. So
Yeah, and even though, I don't think we're being hard on Potomac State to say it, the Raptors are definitely outplaying them in the first half. To outplay a team as much as they have and then to come up with nothing, it's got to be frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
and it allows hope to creep into the opposite team. So.
Exactly, because as we've seen, goals can happen instantly, and
great turn.
their start. Almost a terrific through ball. But, Potomac State got their foot on it. Well, case in point is the Raptors doubleheader against Harford the other night. The women's team won in the last couple of minutes of the game on the goal that we showed you earlier. The men's team lost in the 90th minute.
Yeah,
1-0.
That's probably the most, heart-crushing losses that you can have in soccer. It's like right at the end.
Khorsand.
Saved by the keeper. But yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to tie either, but you rather tie than lose. So yeah, having that loss at the end is rough.
Yep. All right, that is the end of the first half. And the Raptors will go into the locker room at the half with a 2-0 lead on goals by Berenice Machado and Natalia Sartor. And I think it's fair to say, as we said, look at that beautiful shot, that the Raptors dominated the action here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, they 100% did. I mean, they evolved throughout the game. They played, better as time moved closer to the halftime mark. Everything looked really good at that half.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm just mesmerized by that sunset.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
That is
and look at that
incredible.
sunset. Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful shot.
No, but in all seriousness, yes, those changes helped. Izzy Watson coming into the game and just getting those goals in. So.
All right, well, we are going to take a short break, and then we will be back. And unless I have my signals crossed here, I think I have my signals crossed here, and we're going to stay right here for a little bit, and we're going to watch some of the Sharks action before we take a break. I apologize to those in the truck who I just threw a curveball. Or maybe a spitter. So anyway, there are the Sharks. That is their coach, Raf. Full name, of course, is Rafael Hernandez. It's a 2-year-old program, and we're going to watch them kick it around a little bit. We thought they might actually play a little bit of a game. I think they're just going to kind of go through a workout. And this program was started a couple of years ago by Coach Hernandez. And the goal of the program is to enhance soccer IQs, to help build strong leadership, and to have fun engagement among the kids. And the kids certainly look like they are having fun out there. Their teams have won numerous awards, including division championships, and maybe most important of all, they have won some good sportsmanship titles. So, and also what we're seeing here, this group of youngsters is from MSI, who we talked about a little bit earlier. These are a couple of their championship teams from past years. These are the girls' gold and silver travel teams. Sonia, you were talking about travel teams being a new feature in the MSI.
Yeah, so a travel team means it's more competitive because you're traveling and playing against better competition versus recreational. So this is a travel team, definitely a new, well, I don't know how new it is, but it's definitely, but when I was there, they didn't have travel teams. So I really like to see MSI growing in this way, and it's nice to see them running around.
Yeah, I'd say one of you may have said this earlier. If you played soccer as a child in Montgomery County, most likely you played with MSI.
Yeah, I mean it's really built into the community, and obviously Montgomery College being such like a community-based school, I wouldn't be surprised if many of the people in the stands here today that just love soccer, maybe even played in MSI themselves when they were younger. It's I remember, MSI when I was younger as well, so it's definitely a big thing.
Yeah, I would wager if you polled the members of the MC soccer teams that a healthy majority probably played MSI at some point.
Yeah, I definitely say so. You can have a collection of all the different shirts that they use every season. You got a new color, and it was always the brightest, a bright orange, green.
Yes.
I can't even remember.
Blue.
Towards the end of my few years in MSI, it was they were getting really creative with these patterns and neons, and yeah.
Oh, look at this side of the.
There you go. Now there is the keeper.
That's the future star.
Yeah. I
Look
love
at
his
the shoes.
Yeah.
I love his uniform.
So, is there a possible way that next year MC's third kit can be that like striped color? That would be a great third kit right there. Yeah. Oh, coach's son.
That's adorable. Well, I'm seeing some pretty good footwork here out of these Sharks.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Pedro's in the stands somewhere, just get some tabs ready. Like, okay, gotta keep my eye on this player for a couple years.
Yeah,
You can never start recruiting too early.
Yeah, never.
Let's see if I can see Coach Heberling for the Raptors women's team out here scouting that MSI group out there, because those young ladies are not that far from being eligible to come to MC.
Very true.
They are,
I believe they're 13 and 14 years.
yeah, 13 and 14 years old. So 3-4 years from now, some of these young ladies may well be wearing the purple for the Raptors. So anyway, it's a pleasure to see this out here. I just love the outreach from Montgomery College to the community, and that's a big reason that the Sharks are here tonight, because the Raptors and Montgomery College see how important it is to connect with the community. So we're gonna take a real quick break, and we'll be right back with some important information about Montgomery College, and then not too long after that, we'll be ready for the start of the second half.
Come enjoy Harvest Fest at Montgomery College in Rockville on Saturday, October 28th. There will be all sorts of fun activities for kids and adults, including games, prizes, demonstrations, and artwork. The event will be indoors and outdoors, rain or shine. This will be a great chance for you to learn more about MC and its scholarships, along with financial assistance programs. It's Montgomery College's Harvest Fest on October 28th at our Manakee building at the corner of 355 and Manakee Street.
How do you define Montgomery College? That's the wrong question. It's not how it's defined, it's who defines it.
This is a turning point. It's a moment to look to the future and reify your purpose.
MC is defined by those who put in the work, from early mornings to late nights, from the classroom to the workplace, with their family, their teammates, and when no one is watching. When our students declare to the world, "I am MC," they stand tall, backed by 1,000 experiences that have shaped them along the way, and alongside those who have walked the path with them.
There may have been moments of doubt when you were frayed by too much responsibility. Some of you have changed majors and found new inspiration. Through it, you have found the courage to surmount obstacles. If you are the first in your family to graduate, please stand up and say, "I am MC." If you earned a high school diploma and a college degree this spring, if you speak more than one language, if you are older than 50 years old, a military service member, an honor student, if you are a parent or a member of the Montgomery College graduating class, please stand up and say, "I am MC."
Those who embody our spirit don't just graduate and move on. Rather, they continue to represent us as the designers of change and the leaders that they've been the entire time. We don't just begin to be inspired by them after graduation. It's that in our eyes, they've been inspiring us every step of the way.
From the beginning.
That's what I'm talking about.
All young men with suits and ties, just sitting in the crowd smoking big cigars. I hope you're ready for what's coming now. I'm the one on the lady that will bring it down. That'll rock this place. That'll rock this place. Rock this place.
From the beginning.
Our soils, our fossil away from the object. And if we're talking about Earth,
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the beat to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in, then break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part two, break you in, then. Yeah, that's every day.
Viva Nicaragua.
Hey, ¿qué onda?
Hola, mis panas.
Hola, ¿cómo están, manitos?
¿Qué lo que?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Oi, gente.
Hola, mi gente.
Soy
latino.
Somos latinos.
Turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the brakes. I'm talking one chance at best. Yes, yeah. It's one all, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go.
give our youth soccer team a nice round of applause. The Schardt United Soccer Academy. Thank you, fellas. We want to thank the ladies for being out on the field also. Thank you, ladies. Now we're going to get them off the field.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partners, Sonia, Rada, and Andre Anderson, as we get one last look at those little cute kids from the Sharks soccer program. They got to play out on the field there at halftime. And like both you guys mentioned earlier, this is something that they'll remember for a long time. So the Raptors are on top 2-0 after the first half. They totally dominated the play in the first half, and were frustrated on a couple of occasions, but then came back and nailed two within a minute, just a little over a minute of each other. Berenice Machado broke the scoreless tie, made it 1-0, and then just a minute and 13 seconds later, Natalia Sartor made it 2-0 Raptors. So great play by the Raptors in the first half.
Yeah. I mean, they progressed throughout the first half. They got their goals. They dominated. It is a little bit chillier out there, but on the field, I mean, running around, this is perfect weather to run around and not really get tired. So this could be a second half with more goals for MC. Sonia?
Yeah, and I think that the biggest thing is that Coach Heberling should be very pleased with his team because they were able to, see the game, get a feel for it, and make those adjustments during the game themselves. I'm sure he was giving some pointers, and the fact that he made the subs also helped. But the team is able to adjust, and that's one of the greatest things that you could ask for your team. So.
Yeah, they did obviously make adjustments, and they took their cue from what you guys were talking about, and the most impressive part of their scoring run there in the first half was the passing. I thought the passing was pinpoint.
Yeah, it definitely got better in my opinion because I think they were settling for long shots that were just a little bit hopeful. But then as soon as they started playing those balls on the ground, slotting their own teammates through behind the back line, I think that's when things started to open up.
They had some great through. There's a good pass. This is what we're talking about. Khorsand, nobody there.
But MC starting early in this half.
Yeah, and this is kind of how they were. There's Sartor with the left foot. Good opportunity, but stopped there by Van Gilder, who had a very active first half for Potomac State. Let's see if we can pick up who is out there for the Raptors right now. Lancaster is back in goal. Number 20, Ayla Khorsand is out there. Number 13, Angie Corpeno is out there. Natalia Sartor, who we mentioned, is out there. Machado is out there for the Raptors. Number 4, Stephanie Windall is out there. McSeany is out there for the Raptors.
Hit. Oh, I thought that was going to drop in.
There's McSeany. Good look at Emma Grace. And number 10 out there for the Raptors, Sabrina Di Marzio. So pretty much their starting unit. If you joined us late, tonight is sophomore night for the Raptors. It's the final home game of the regular season. And before the match, the Raptors honored their 5 graduating sophomores. Number 3, Juliana Franco. Number 7, Natalia Sartor. Number 10, Sabrina Di Marzio. Number 13, Angie Corpeno Campos. And number 20, Ayla Khorsand. Raptors defense was not really challenged in the first half. Neither was Lancaster. I believe just one shot on goal, if my memory is correct, for Potomac State in the first half. There's Angie Corpeno. And there's a shot. I'll tell you what, that was dangerous.
Yeah, that bounce almost went over the keeper.
Van Gilder is, I think she's breathing a bit of a sigh of relief there.
That took a weirdly high bounce.
It did, and it almost bounced. We're going to get another look at it. There's Corpeno. And she was a little casual with it as well, I think.
I think there's a little bit of a spin effect on it too, which caused it to not necessarily bounce in the direction she thought it was going to.
Raptors almost picked up, I don't want to call it a cheap goal, but an unusual goal. We'll leave it at that. 2-0 Raptors. Raptors are 10-4 overall on the season. Potomac State 6-3-1. Raptors are currently in first place in Maryland JUCO. This match is not a Maryland JUCO match, as Potomac State, obviously, being from West Virginia, is not part of the Maryland JUCO Conference. Potomac State Catamounts. There's Di Marzio. Sartor.
Great ball.
Nice pass to Corpeno. Oh!
Save.
She stopped Van Gilder with a great save. Made a great move there. That'll be a corner for the Raptors, though. Boy, Angie wanted that one.
That was a great ball in behind the defense.
It really was.
Really a nice pass there by Sartor. Get another look at it. Corpeno, ooh. But Van Gilder made the right move. Came right out. Now here's Di Marzio with the corner. And nothing doing. And that'll be a goal kick for Potomac State.
And Van Gilder came into this game with 42 saves, so she's definitely added to that total.
Yeah, boy, that is for sure. She's been a busy young woman in net.
And I think that we can give credit to her because with only 18 goals scored for the Catamounts, and they have a winning record of 6-3-1, so I'm sure she has a lot to do with that.
Well, her goals against average is just over 1 a game. So she has played very well this season, and she has been the primary keeper for Potomac State all season. Her goals against average is only 1.01. So that's essentially one goal a game.
And they're averaging about 2 goals a game. So that's why you're seeing that they, have mostly wins this season, Potomac State.
Yep, they've got a winning record. The Raptors will not face them in the postseason, of course. Raptors are a Division I program. Potomac State is a Division II program. So the Raptors will play in the Region 20 coming up week after next. They will play in the Region 20 D1 tournament, both the men and the women. Those matches are going to be on the road up at Harford. Where again, if you joined us late, the Raptors women's team won a big match up there the other night, 1-0 against the Owls. And Harford's always been a tough out for the Raptors, so to get that win a couple of weeks ahead of the Region 20 tournament is a real confidence builder.
It definitely is. The way they've been playing on top of that, they're on a roll and a winning streak as well.
Won 7 out of their last 8.
Yeah.
They're really coming together, it appears, at the right time. And knock on wood, they are a pretty healthy team for this late in the season. That's not always the case, as you guys both well know.
Yeah, with athletics, injuries are just kind of a part of the game. And it doesn't really matter how tough you are, it's just kind of a part of it, and anything can really happen. But so far, so good for both teams. They seem to be very healthy on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and that's good to see because Potomac State came in with a very short bench. And I know we were all a little concerned about their depth. It was a good look at the Raptors bench. The players in the yellow jerseys, or as they call them, pennies, they have to wear them when they are not in action. Sartor again dominating. Nice pass to Machado. She finds Khorsand. Let's see what she does with it. Khorsand is quite adept. Oh, she tried to center it to Corpeno. Raptors maintain possession now.
And that was a shot from Juliana Franco, and I think she's been very involved in this game. I think she's having a good game. She's really controlling the middle with Machado.
She's one of those graduating sophomores, number 3, Juliana Franco. From Washington, D.C., went to Bell Multicultural. Raptors maintain possession. Di Marzio.
I want to say that the Raptors play 3 in the back, and then, or at least it looks like sometimes 3 in the back, and then number 3 Franco and number 10 Di Marzio kind of just sit in front of them. So it's almost like a back 3 with 2 holding mids in front of them, which is a little bit different from the nowadays when it's a usual 4 in the back, but there's so many good players that can play on the ball in this MC team that it does make sense to kind of, push another one of those forwards or another one of those defenders up a little bit and have her, on the ball a little bit to play making that midfield.
So throw in for the Raptors at Stephanie Windall with the throw in to Machado. She leaves it for Windall. Izzy Watson back out there. She was a catalyst in the first half as well. When she came in, that's when things started to really change. Khorsand.
Great first touch.
Center.
Cross.
Ooh, to Sartor. Ooh.
I love Khorsand. She always works hard. I know we mentioned this already, but you gotta love that. As a teammate, she can get, I'm sure, obviously the Raptors are doing better in this game, but sometimes if your team is down, you can always lean on a player like that to get your momentum going, to get the team's morale up. So
yeah, she's
I love that.
Good player. I also wish we could see the amount of, miles that she's running per game, because I feel like she's always just up and down.
We need the heart rate monitor statistics.
She plans to go into dentistry after she graduates from Montgomery College, so she's one of the graduating sophomores. And as I mentioned in the first half, I'm very impressed with the rigorous academic specialties for all of these sophomores. They're challenging themselves both on the field and in the classroom.
Do you think she'll give us a discount if we come to, her dental clinic in the future? And then we say, hey, MCTV here.
Yeah.
We commentate some of your games. You think that would work or no?
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was worth the ask.
It's worth a try, however.
You know?
It's worth a try. Real good look there at Stephanie Windall, Poolesville grad, Poolesville High School. Ruby Lancaster, the keeper for the Raptors, has had a very quiet evening, and I'm sure she's not complaining.
Not at all.
She's been able to sit back and watch the game. There's only been one shot on goal tonight for Potomac State. Raptors have really dominating possession. Franco did lose it. State.
Yeah, there's was it Plies?
That's Piles.
Piles.
That's really the first time we've called her name today.
Yeah, Morgan Piles.
Yeah, she's the leading scorer for Potomac State with 9 goals on the season, but she's been very quiet.
She's had to defend a lot, so it's taken away from her offensive.
And she's clearly talented offensively. She's got 9 goals and 3 assists on the season. She's the leading scorer for Potomac State, and has had 5 game winners.
She has 9 goals out of their 18 goals, so she has half of their goals.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
She's a sophomore, so she'll be moving on after this season. And I would imagine she'd like to play at a 4-year level. As most of these athletes, that's their goal, is to play at the next level. Montgomery College is really great at that, helping players get scholarships and move on to the next level.
And I think MC and all community colleges can really provide that. Obviously, I can only speak for MC and their athletics programs and their academics being outstanding. That really help prepare you, because sometimes if you go into a 4-year school right off of high school, you never know. It can be very difficult to adjust.
Yeah, you can get lost. You can get snowed under. The workload is obviously more demanding. Khorsand looked like she might have tweaked that ankle just a little bit, but looks like she's running all right.
And there was a foul actually called on a tackle that was put on her, so it's going to be a free kick in a very good spot.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spot there, and the Marzio is going to take it.
Oh, yeah, she definitely kicked her.
Ooh, yeah, that hurt. Marzio. Oh, just not enough on that header there by Franco.
I believe that was Zambrano.
Or was that Zambrano? I didn't get a clear look at the number. So 28 minutes to go. Raptors on top 2-0. And dominating possession. You kind of get the feeling, sort of the same feeling, I think even more so than in the first half, that it's almost inevitable they're gonna score again.
Yeah, especially, I think we're about just over 15, 16 minutes in to the second half, but as the time keeps winding down, the Potomac State players might get more tired and it might open the game up a little bit more.
Yeah, and the Raptors are they're connecting with their passes, they're dominating possession. It just feels inevitable. So this is really probably the best opportunity Potomac State has had in quite a while.
Yeah, I was going to say this might have been, one of only a couple times they made it this far down the field. So I know this is a chance that they're going to want to, take, hopefully, we give up a corner here, but you can still lock a team in here. You know what I'm saying? You keep them pressed, especially pressed to one side. You want to pressure on every first touch, just like they're doing right here, and hopefully win the ball back.
Marzio with a nice pass to
a great turn.
Machado. Machado is a bit of a wizard with her feet. She is really fun to watch.
A very skillful player. Out of France.
Yes.
International student.
Yes. She is from Reims, France, and went to the Lycée Jean-Baptiste Colbert School.
That was pretty good, Michael.
I was going to say, you seem like you've been out there.
The only thing I would say, it's lycée.
Is it lycée?
Oui, yes.
Ah.
Lycée Jean-Baptiste.
And that
Jean-Baptiste.
Jean-Baptiste.
And lycée is a word that shows up in crosswords quite frequently. So I'm going to commit that to memory. Being a crossword puzzle fiend.
Those are hard.
Oh, I love the New York Times.
I can never finish a crossword. I do like Sudoku, though. I prefer numbers.
You guys are both
numbers are not my friend. But I love the New York Times Sunday crossword. It's a challenge, and I love that.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on the Candy Crush. I haven't moved up yet.
That was like 10 years
ago.
I
know. I'm still, stuck on that one. But
no, they keep upgrading it though and making it more difficult or more exciting, more levels. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to delete it when I had it because I would just spend way too much time with it.
Yeah, those games they're addicting. Then you get the little what's it called the lives, and you can spend like an extra 99 cents, and sometimes I get a little tempted, but I don't do it,
They do tempt you with those 99 cents.
Now here's a bit of a shoot and catch here. Let's see, and it'll stay with the Raptors as Potomac State kicked it out. Marzio with a long one. Wish he had something on that.
Aside from that shot from Machado that took a weird bounce, Van Gilder has been very good with those long shots. Very solid. She doesn't bobble the ball. Good hand.
No, she's been steady. And the 2 goals that she did give up were not her fault. It was just great play by the Raptors. They beat the defense. coming to you from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, a brand new soccer facility here. And we're under the lights, which always adds a little bit of specialness to the broadcast and to the game. Good look at Natalia Sartor there, who scored the Raptors' second goal. She's one of the graduating sophomores, and she's a Clarksburg High School grad.
I remember when Clarksburg High School was a brand new school.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Well, now, believe it or not, they have temporary classrooms set up there.
Like the portables?
Yes.
Wow.
They have that many students.
Yes, the school in that area has grown.
It has.
So much. And I don't know how long Clarksburg's been there. What? 50?
Their first class was the class of 2008, I believe.
Really?
Okay, so it hasn't been there just about 15 years, and they've already outgrown it.
Wow.
I remember when they just built the, that shopping center, that shopping mall, the outlets out there.
The outlets, yeah.
Yeah, and then kind of brought you out to Clarksburg. You're like, wow, okay.
Yeah. It's, we get up there quite often, and it's really changed.
Yeah.
Frederick as well.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Frederick is much bigger. Frederick is now the second largest city in Maryland.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
After Baltimore?
After Baltimore.
5 points for me.
Yeah.
So good look there at Emma Grace Maxini, and there's Angie Corpeno.
The game slowed down a bit here. And
Yeah.
Not sure if it's like a little bit of fatigue or, just being a little bit tired. I think a couple more goals from MC is probably what they're thinking, and Potomac State's definitely just trying to get onto the board here,
Yeah.
So it might pick up in a bit, but so far it's kind of been a little bit of a slower second half.
I would agree with you. Raptors have had a couple of good opportunities, but the last few minutes have been rather quiet. Windahl. Raptors maintain possession. Watson. To Sartor. She has it taken away by Piles. Races on. And I believe that's the first goal kick of the night for Lancaster.
Technically not a goal kick, because
No,
goal kick is when it goes
technically
out.
not.
But I know what you mean. A clearance.
Yeah.
Here's a goal kick, though.
This will be a goal kick. Ruby Lancaster from Australia.
It's so interesting to see how coaches have gotten so creative with goal kicks now. There's set plays around goal kicks, too. And
Yeah, it used to be just booted as far as you can, right?
Yeah. The game has changed so much.
Great shot there. Want to congratulate everybody on the Montgomery College television production crew for just a wonderful job tonight, and all of soccer season. We've been able to do a robust schedule of games this fall, which has been terrific, and the skill and the artistry of the MCTV crew is just never ceases to amaze.
I also wanted to point out that because there are lights now and the team is able to play under the lights before this facility, the games had to be earlier. So that leaves opportunities for examples like when the Sharks United are here. The kids are able to come to the games and you're able to create that community around the game. So
Well, I know long-range plans for the field are to hopefully have it be used by other programs. as there's some of the Shark United players.
You see how much fun they're having just
I
by
just love
picking
it.
up the ball
Yeah.
and being involved with, in the game. That's what it's about. It's about inspiring the younger generation and getting them on the field and getting them in front of good players and especially at a school. Get them in at Montgomery College. They can see, wow, look at the campus, very nice, X, Y, and Z, to the point where maybe they're gonna have an early, an idea of wanting to come to the school. So it's a very good community project as well as a project with the school.
And, Montgomery College now has all of these early college programs where you can start getting credit for college credits while you're still in high school.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, some of these – so the early college program it basically allows these seniors to take their senior class, at their high school, and then they're also taking courses at Montgomery College. So by the time they're done with Montgomery College, they're actually done with – by the time they're done with high school, they're actually done with 2 years at Montgomery College as well. So they're graduating with an associate's degree and a high school diploma at the same time, which is incredible.
That is incredible. And you are so correct. And every year at commencement, you see a group of those students. Oh, we got an injury there for Potomac State. That's number 11, Ziegler.
It looks like her knee.
She tried to get up, and then
or maybe her calf.
Went back down. I can't tell if it's a calf or a knee. Either way, she's hurt.
That's a cramp.
Yeah, it could be a cramp.
No, it's definitely
a cramp.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you got to do when you have a cramp. You have to get your teammate. Sometimes I see the other team help each other out and
yeah.
help you stretch, because when those cramps start coming, it's not fun.
Oh, no, that's very painful. Very painful. So she's back up. Looks like they got it worked out.
And that's what we were talking about, having like the depth in the bench, right? And most of these players are playing 90 minutes. They also had to travel here. So I can't remember how many hours it takes, but I think it's definitely 2 at least.
Oh, it's at least 2.
Yeah, maybe even 3 depending on traffic. So.
Well, considering where it is, they've got to drive some back roads to get to the main roads and where Potomac State is. So I would guess it's more like a 3 to 3.5 hour trip. And, of course, this was a 6 o'clock start. They got here around 4, so they were coming in as the traffic was starting to build. So not an easy road trip.
Definitely not.
At least there'll be no traffic on the way home.
No. You hope.
2:24.
So 2 hours and 24 minutes. We just had somebody do the Google map on it.
MapQuest.
MapQuest.
MapQuest. Is there still a MapQuest?
That's outdated.
I thought I was the old one.
Yeah, seriously. I'm sounding like the old man here now.
You have
This is okay. I need to
Candy
redeem myself.
Crush
I need to
that's
redeem
10
myself.
years old. MapQuest.
Yeah, I need a.
I remember MapQuest. I used to print
How
out
many
the
friends do you have
directions.
on MySpace?
About
Andre?
3. It's my mom, my dad, my sister. So I'm really trying to I'll send you guys. Well, the thing is, I did send you guys a request earlier, and I haven't got the response yet. But it's all good. No worries.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness is right. It's pretty surprising when I feel, wow.
Michael,
Candy
you're
Crush.
pretty hip though.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm
You're
sure.
very
Oh.
on top of it.
Well, when you get to be my age, you need to try to stay on top of as many things as you can because everything is going downhill.
Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
So we're down to the last 16 minutes. one thing's exciting. We're going to be doing, MCTV will be doing a lot of basketball dates coming up in the fall and the winter. And I know we're all looking forward to that. From the looks of it, it's going to be a pretty robust schedule of games. And early season, obviously they haven't started yet. Regular season for basketball doesn't start until November. But early indications are that the men's team is going to be a handful this year.
Yeah, we actually just MCTV had media day with the men's and women's basketball team. But on the men's basketball team, there are a couple players, 6'8", 6'9". There's even a player 6'10". Whoa! I'm hearing a 7'4" in my earpiece right now. I don't think that was the case, but.
Well, you have to understand who said that to you. To him, the guy looks like he's 7 foot.
To me, to me, he looked about 7 foot, 7. But these players were, they were big, they were strong, and a couple players coming from places like Good Counsel, which is a very well-known private school in the Montgomery County area. So, it seems on paper, it seems like this could be a pretty good team.
Yeah. And our first broadcasts are going to be really not that far away, a month off. We're going to be broadcasting every game of the kickoff tournament, the tip-off tournament, which is coming up on November 11th and 12th. So it'll be a good feel. Khorsand almost had a one-on-one there with the keeper, but as usual, a real strong field has been assembled for that tournament, and so we will be just about a month from now. We'll be back with MC basketball and the tip-off tournament. We'll have lots more information coming up in the next weeks about those dates and other dates. So looking forward to that.
That is correct. Once again in my ear, I'm hearing MCTV Social. That's where you would get all the information. We would do a lot of promotion for that as well. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, a lot of these games will be live streamed as well. So as you're watching this right now on YouTube, you'll be able to see these basketball games as well. The women's and the men's games will be live streamed. So for all you basketball fans out there, it's an exciting time, and for you non-basketball fans, this can be an exciting time if you want to get into the game.
Good way to get into it, for sure.
It's an excellent way to get into the game, and our broadcasts are, the gyms are, we're not, Montgomery College gym is not the Superdome, so the games are quite intimate.
Yeah.
The looks. The looks, the angles, the replays are, they are up close and personal.
Oh yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot of slam dunks, which is obviously, awesome, three-pointers, all those things. So I'm excited.
Who knows? You may even see a player jumping over our table.
Yeah,
those are the best.
That is.
That's happened. You have to keep your eye on the ball when we're doing those games, because we're right there.
During volleyball, we almost got hit a couple times.
Yes, we did. I saved you, as I recall.
My
quickness, very quick.
There you go.
Till this day, I still, very appreciative of that moment.
I saw a recent, I think it was like a Instagram video or something of basketball players, a compilation of basketball players jumping over the tables, and when Shaq was close to everyone, no one even waited for him to fall on them. They just cleared out immediately.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
When a guy that big takes a dive over the scorer's table, that is dangerous. So, been a bit of a quiet second half. Raptors had several opportunities early, but they just haven't been able to to put it in the back of the net. But
good hit.
There's one that hit the post.
Yeah, Di Marzio has a very powerful shot.
Yeah, and she's really accurate. Well, she leads the team. Let's take another look. There's Sabrina.
That was saved by the keeper.
That was saved by the keeper, not the post. Van Gilder with a nice stop. That could have easily made it 3-0. And Di Marzio has found the back of the net 5 times this season. She's also got 7 assists, leads the team in assists. Ten minutes to go. And that was a strange kick there by Potomac State.
Yeah, usually you would want to play that to your keeper, but maybe she felt the pressure on her back and try to go to the side. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for the Raptors, we get a corner kick.
Yep, that's going to set up a corner for Di Marzio. One of those Northwest High School grads that we were talking about earlier. There's several on this team. And nothing doing. The Raptors maintain possession, however. Marzio.
Great skill. Left foot.
Beautiful.
Oh.
She lost sight of that one.
Yep.
That's the one thing about having the stadium lights on is that, you know, the ball can get caught up in those lights.
And that's what may have happened there, because that would have been, that had header goal written all over it.
I was about to say, there's nothing like a header goal.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Oh, I love them. Of course, that's how the Raptors won the other night against Harford. A header by Machado off a great service from Di Marzio. There's Machado, Di Marzio, Corpeno. Raptors, I know, would love to put another one on the board. Machado takes it away. And I think she thought Khorsand was going to be there.
Khorsand runs a lot, but I understand why she didn't go for that one.
Yeah. I think she kind of put it there out of habit because Khorsand lives over there on that wing.
That's true.
That's been for me especially. This has been one of the great things about being able to do as many soccer games as we have this year. We've gotten to know the players. We've gotten to know their skills, what they do well. So it's really getting to know the team as we have has really been great. And before the game, it was a really nice gesture. The team came over and thanked MCTV for broadcasting their games this year. Ed Heberling, their head coach, has talked with us many times about how MCTV coverage of Raptors games has helped the program. And so it was really, really nice when the players came over before the game and thanked everybody on the MCTV crew for the games this year. We've loved doing it. I love calling soccer, and sitting between these two has made it even better because I got to say, they are just great. They're just great. Sonia, Rada, and Andre Anderson have just been terrific this year.
But we love sitting next to you because you are outstanding at what you do, and I'm sure Andre can say the same. We've both learned so much from you.
Well, MC legend.
It's been great. It's just been great. And I've had so much fun doing it. And like I said, looking forward to basketball coming up. So just over 5 minutes to go. Barring unforeseen difficulties, the Raptors will improve to 11-4 on the season with this win.
You know, despite there being no more goals up to this point, I think the Raptors are showing a lot of maturity because, you know, they're not losing the ball as much. You know, they're trying to keep it. They're trying to – sometimes they don't choose to go forward. For example, here, playing it back to their center back, Natalie Zambrano, spreading the ball out, and that shows a lot of maturity in a team.
Yeah, it does. A lot of patience. They're not making crazy mistakes. They're playing within themselves. It's a cliche, but I think it's very true in this case. And there is a shot, not exactly on mark, but that is the first shot of the second half for Potomac State, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was Piles again.
Ruby Lancaster has had a very quiet evening.
Good turn.
Oh, beautiful turn by Carpeno. Shadow. Marzio.
Great ball.
Oh, look at that ball. Beautiful. Oh. Oh, nice. Oh. Now that was some nice soccer there.
Yes.
They didn't come up with a goal, but boy, was that pretty. Really nice passes. Great possession. Almost felt like there was a goal there. You know, it was so nicely done.
They definitely, I know they definitely wanted one.
Oh, that's for sure.
That was a good build-up. Good build-up. But I mean, these are just glimpses of things that, you know, that these players can do. These are things that you can take away moving into the next game. You know, even though, you know, Potomac State hasn't really got too many shots off this game, they have made it difficult for MC to score. They only have 2 goals. It's not like, you know, they've scored 10 or 15 goals. They only have 2. So, you know, even though MC's possessed it a little bit more, Potomac State has really made it difficult for them to score in this game. So there are things that MC can improve on, maybe being a little bit more dynamic with their pass, a little more direct, finishing some of those chances that they've had, that they hit the post a couple times. So there's always something to learn from these games.
Well, Potomac State has only allowed an average of 2 goals a game.
They're right on average.
They obviously have a strong back line. And even though it looks like the Raptors are going to come away with this one with a win, Potomac State can hold their head high. They have played well with a very short bench.
Yeah, they're missing a few players too, so I'm sure if they have home match or something like that coming up, maybe they'll be a little bit more full roster.
I know there have been times in the past when the Raptors teams have had short rosters, and boy, you just hold your breath because a twisted ankle can all of a sudden you're shorthanded. And I know over the, you know, hasn't happened in a while around here, but 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, every now and then that would happen. There's a shot. And it's in. It's in. Number 5, Izzy Menjivar with the goal. She's one of the captains for the Raptors, maybe the best smile on the team. And so she scores. That is her first goal of the season.
Perfect time to get a goal.
Perfect. So she makes it 3-0 Raptors. And we are just about done. As the Raptors now clear the bench. Starters.
All the sophomores just came out.
All the sophomores are coming off to a well-deserved round of applause. Here's a good look from the drone.
Whoever's flying that drone, wow, what a guy.
Man, that little guy up there in that drone is doing a great job.
Whoever's flying that thing, wow. Whoever that guy is.
I think
that was an assist from Khorsand.
Well, I could show my age and say it's Mighty Mouse.
Flying the drone or in the drone? Both. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, Mighty Mouse was in the 1950s, folks, so.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was like, I know Mickey Mouse, but I'm not sure about the Mighty Mouse.
I could even sing you the theme song, but
wow.
I'll spare everyone that problem. I could quote it. Isn't that weird that I would remember the theme song to a cartoon from the 1950s?
No, not at all. It must have been a popular one.
Those things, they have a way, those little jingles, they have a way of staying in your head.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So we are under a minute to go. Raptors have this one well in hand. 2 goals in the first half, 1 in the second. And a very successful sophomore night is just about to come to an end.
Solid victory from the Raptors.
Very solid.
Exactly what you went on sophomore night as well. A win, a shutout. A couple of the sophomores scored.
Yes. Yes.
It's everything that they could have hoped for.
Yes.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is the end of our match. As the Raptors take this one 3-0. And with the win, they improve to 11-4 on the season. With the loss, Potomac State falls to 6-4-1 for the season. A very solid win as we get a real good look there at Ed Heberling and one of his assistants, Licia Holzendorf. Ed with I'm sure very happy with that win. We've really enjoyed working with Ed Heberling this season. He's been a terrific partner for MCTV all season. Final thoughts, Sonia?
I think it was a great game for the Raptors. I'm very pleased with the way that they played. You know, they got 2 goals right back to back, and then they didn't force anything. I thought they showed a lot of maturity. And then, you know, the third goal came close to the end of the half, but it was, I think, a very complete game for the Raptors.
Andre?
3-0 win. They got the shutout. Sophomore night. It was a good night. It's all I really have to say. I mean, it was a very successful night for the Raptors.
Perfect night for the Raptors, and we close it with an absolutely gorgeous shot. Just to recap real quick, Raptors goals by Machado with 9:35 to go in the first half. Just a minute or so later, Sartor followed that one up to make it 2-0, and then Menjivar closed it out here in the second half with a goal to make it 3-0 Raptors, as the Raptors take this one 3-0 over Potomac State. So, for Sonia Rada, Andre Anderson, and everyone on the fantastic MCTV crew, thanks so much for watching Raptors Soccer on MCTV.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.